Good Tuesday morning, man. All church family, friends, everybody joining us online for another week of devotions. And we continue on in the I Believe series and Lord's message that he sent through the pastor this past Sunday was children of God. And I hope you caught that message. I hope you were able to be with us. I'm going to get my screen up. If not, go back and watch that. Go back and look at it. Or listen to it. And Pastor's Devotion Monday, he got a little bit more into the adoption to start our week off here in devotions. He brought out 3 points in the message Sunday. He talked about when we're adopted of God and it gives us a child of God, it gives us a new position. He talked about it being protected, and he talked about the privilege that comes with that. I want to talk about Tuesday, I want to talk about this one. I want to talk about, I've got on the screen, protected. Being a child of God and the protection that brings. And I'm going to go to this scripture that he used in Romans 8:15. For you have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received, okay, you didn't get the other, but this you have, the spirit of adoption. And he talked about that more Monday's devotion. And he says, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. And don't want to get too far into that because somebody's going to use that this week, I'm sure, and talking about that meaning daddy. But we have that. I want to talk about point number 2 from Sunday, and that being on protection. So let's just start with the definition of protection: to prevent someone or something from suffering injury or harm. To prevent someone or something from suffering injury or harm. And he talked, I think Pastor used a illustration of how we are with our kids, and from the first one to the next one and the next one and so on down the line of how we get, the first one, you pad the rooms, you pad everything. You're really careful about every move that they make. You're trying to watch over them and keep them safe. And as the next child comes along, a little bit more, and the next child a little bit more. We laugh and tell this story. Sometimes I'll tell this really quick. When we've got Lauren and Maddie, and when Lauren was first born, we were always really careful about you keep them on baby food for so long. You don't want to give them this or give them that, and you're real careful. Roz laughs and tells the story sometimes that one time Maddie came when she was really young and went to the nursery, and she come eating a breadstick about 6 inches long and had the whole thing in her mouth. And we're like, she'll be fine. She'll be good. She's got a few teeth in there. She'll chew it up. But that's really how we change. But, what about the protection? Something else that Pastor spoke about Sunday that really clicked with me was when they get older, we realize sometimes that protection is harder. I know as a dad, that is one of the main roles that you play. You look at protecting your children. And I know with my 2, I would lay down my life in a heartbeat to protect him. And not only from harm, but, and we think about or getting injured, but what about even the bad things that come their way, the hurt feelings, the disappointments, and, life is full of them. But as a parent, as a father, as a daddy, Abba, Father, as a daddy, you want to protect them from that. You want to keep them from that. And even mine now, they're grown. They're both moved out now. And me and Chas is in an empty house, and I still find myself, checking at nights. Are they okay? Seeing where they're at, because that is what that protection comes from our Father. And he brought out this point of being an orphan and then being adopted into the family of God. And being a child of God. He says we no longer have to fend for ourselves. We're no longer orphaned. We don't have to fend for ourselves and take care of ourselves, because God says, I've got that. Remember what he said in the scripture? I went too far. You have received the spirit of adoption. So we don't have to have the spirit of bondage again and to fear. So with that being said, fear should no longer have a hold on us. If I am a child of God, fear should not have a hold on me. Raising my hand here, your assistant pastor, just being a little transparent. I am guilty of that sometimes, of letting fear creep in. And I shouldn't do that because God has not given me that. He's given me the spirit of adoption and saying, hey, I've got you, son. I've got you. You may be grown up now. Mom and dad's not there all the time, and they can't be there all the time anyway. But guess what? No matter where you go or where you at, I have you in the palm of my hand. My protection is around you. I give my angels charge. I give them charge over you to keep you and protect you. In Psalms, it says, in all thy ways, anything that comes your way. So remember that today. That's your devotion. Remember, you're protected no matter where you're at or what you're going through or what the doctor says or this and says. No matter what, God is saying, I'm here to prevent something or someone from causing any injury or any harm to you. You are a child of God. You're no longer an orphan. I love you guys. Hope you have a great week. You remember to pray for me, and I'll pray for you. God bless.